All right, hard yarners. Today's episode, before we get into our guest, Jeff Dye, we were joined by also Squirly. Delby's not here, unfortunately, but he was great. And this episode is brought to you by alltradescover.com.au. Do you need insurance for anything, do you think?
No.
Nah. Do you need insurance?
No.
Want an ad for the alltradescover.com.au if you're a big business, small business, or you're a medium-sized sort of tradie in the system? Get involved with alltradescover.com.au. They're going to give you a good quote, be competitive, and they're like-minded. He's a good person. We speak about John during the episode, and tell him Hard Yarn sent you. Also, this episode is brought to you by Crafted Finance. If you can see me, you can see their logo behind you. If you need a mortgage, if you need specifically a mortgage or any sort of financial advice, hit them up. They're going to be able to give you the best options over the term of the loan. Best thing about them is they're like-minded people. They weren't really happy with what they could see happening in the world, people taking advantage, so they decided to make sure they present people with the best options possible. So Teddy's been on the podcast, so if you want to go hear more about their business and financial and the economy problems we're seeing in the world, he's a wealth of knowledge. So hit him up, Crafted Finance. Show notes, links, it's all there. But we were joined by Jeff Dye today in town doing his comedy tour.
Yes, sir.
What did we speak about?
I take it back earlier. You need insurance for everything.
Yes.
Insurance is good. That's what I meant to say.
Yes, perfect.
I didn't know it was one of the advertisers. Listen, what are you going around willy-nilly not being insured for? What the hell's the matter with you?
Mate, that's perfect.
We talk about it on the show, and then we also talked about my GoFundMe botch.
Yes.
We talked about fishing. Not really. I wish we'd have talked about it more. We talked about what other stuff did we talk about? The state of the world. And how we need to be getting along more. That's what we talked about.
Mate, fucking awesome episode. I think the listeners are going to like this. And look forward to your show tonight.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Without further ado, let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Cute girls there.
Yeah? Good coffee?
Good coffee. I feel bad. You missed out.
That's right.
It was good. Yeah. That's just too much for me now.
What, coffee?
Yeah, I'm fucked. I'll be skittish later on, I reckon.
He's had 4 today.
Yeah, right.
I've had too many.
That'll do it.
Yeah, but sick. I guess you're pretty health conscious and stuff, or I don't know if the reason you're doing it, but you're not drinking.
I know. Well, that's not health conscious.
That's just like
like life conscious.
Yeah.
I drank every day. I was like the Cal Ripken of alcohol. I don't even get that reference, but like literally every day, the Iron Horse, just every day. And so I was drinking socially. Like I liked it. You know? It's like we would wake up and go, let's go to a bar, you know, watch sports, drink, and we'd have like a dinner. And then I would do comedy and drink. And then after the show, you drink and you try to meet girls. And so it was like a social part of it.
Yeah.
That catches up with you after a while.
Yeah.
You start thinking it's normal to black out every night. I started thinking that was normal.
Yeah.
That's what you do, right? I don't know. And so it just became too much and I quit.
Yeah. I'm in that sort of phase where I'm definitely teetering off it. Like a 2 months little break off it. Went to the Ashes on, you wouldn't know what the Ashes are. No. So I had one beer at the Ashes. The Ashes is Australia versus England cricket, biggest rivalry that we have.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck it.
Well, even like towards the end, like I'd be drinking and I'd just be like sleepy and my eyes would itch. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying things better because of it.
Exactly, yeah.
How'd you go, like, switching back to doing comedy after?
Oh, yeah.
Like, doing comedy sober the first couple times, or...
Well, it's actually helped the comedy. In hindsight, like my writing's better. I'm
Sharper.
way more aware. I'm way sharper. Yeah, like all that stuff's been better. But it is funny that like people go, like for however long I was doing comedy before I stopped drinking, 18 years, people were like, aren't you nervous? I go, I don't get nervous. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Comedy's the only thing I'm good at. So it's the only thing I'm not nervous about. I can't wait to get out there and crack these motherfuckers open. I was all confidence. And then I stopped drinking, and I'm like, now I'm nervous before shows, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't not nervous. I was just drunk.
You're numb. Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck because I had like a whiskey and whatever. So yeah, I get nervous now before almost everything. And it's not like there's so many nervous is kind of a spectrum, I guess. It's more like butterflies or like excitement or like, you know, I hope this goes well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely notice it. Yeah. But it's helped the comedy.
Yeah, before that, like, few drinks deep, you just like, how fucking lucky is this crowd to hear me? And then you sober up and you're like,
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, there's been some bad shows for sure. People just going, man, you just fucking hammered up there. I was like, yeah, because the first show went really good. And then we just kept buying me shots and drinks. And so then the second show is just kind of whatever the second show is.
Yeah.
It's like getting someone drunk on their lunch break.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Yeah.
You're selling cars. You're like, you sold 12 cars. Let's get drunk at lunch. And then like the second half of that shift is not going to go the same.
Yeah. I noticed a lot with even just appearance. Like I get fucking, and they're still a bit dark, but I get real dark bags under my eyes, and they're just nearly gone. I think they're a lot better anyway. You should have seen. I look like people would ask me if I had black eye, like if I've been punched, and I'll be like, nah.
Well, that's another part of that's good about not drinking. Like if you're thinking about not drinking, or if you're considering not drinking, it's like, one, I care about my career so much. So if my career is going to be better, that's a good reason to quit.
Yeah.
Two, my relationships with my friends and women and my family and stuff is all better because there doesn't have this element of like, you know, they're not taking me serious or what. So it's helped my relationships.
Yeah.
And then also vanity. You know, like I used to I used to be pale and look like shit.
Yeah,
like, I'd have like a gut and or like I'd be really pale, like a hungover. And so like for those things, it's better.
Yeah, because I work out, and I was working out a lot.
Everyone in Australia is so fit.
But when, like, I've noticed since I've stopped drinking that, like, fat around the back here, that, like, near the hips and the liver and kidney, it's just gone, shredded. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck.
That's another good reason.
Another thing, vanity.
Everyone's so fit in Australia.
Yeah, well,
we just hide the fatties.
Maybe. Well, I feel like even the people who aren't working out are still looking pretty good.
Yeah, is that like, you know, the context compared to the US?
Maybe it's just where I've been hanging out.
Yeah, you got Bondi Beach.
Yeah. Well, when I was in Brisbane, I went to this place called TFP.
Okay.
And it's it's a resort mixed with a gym. So it has like cold plunge, massages, sauna, but then it's like a huge, beautiful gym.
Sick.
I mean, it's incredible. Yeah. And that was my first day in Australia.
Really?
Yeah, so I just landed.
So your author's like, they're all fit here.
Australians are beautiful.
Everyone was hot. I was like, Australia's the best looking people I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you want to do that, you go to Noosa or somewhere like that, and they're just all jogging down the beach having their acai bowls or whatever.
It's amazing.
To be fair, I think, like, because we normally just follow America like 6 or 7 years behind, like that. So we were starting to like catch up to you on the fatties,
right?
And then it was like we skipped a couple years to the fitness craze.
Yeah, it's a trend.
It does seem like
Have you noticed that?
Gyms have just popped up everywhere.
It's like a trend. Have you noticed that?
The fitness or wellness?
Wellness,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, even just sobriety.
Yeah.
The fact that Nick Swartzen, Jim Jeffries, and you know, like these guys were all like, we're sober guys now.
Yeah.
That was like our whole thing. Was being like,
Yeah.
It's like even just that is an element or a symptom of this like kind of wellness and getting your life on track kind of thing.
Yeah. Well,
Seems
I
to
mean,
be popular.
I'm not going to complain when you go for a walk down the coast.
Yeah.
And there's the little active wear.
Oh yeah, all the clothes.
Yeah, that goes. I don't know what happens these days, but it's fucking up the ass. Like fucking, there is nothing. You know exactly what you're getting.
Listen, I know what you're talking about right now, but you did the 7 times before I knew what you were talking about.
You started with that. And then you explained.
Well, now I know.
Oh, that's why I'm not as.
He goes, "You've seen the," and I go, "I don't know the fuck."
There was zero context.
Did you see me look at you? Like you must know.
He's like, I'm Australian. I don't know.
This must be an Australian thing.
Yeah.
But then you were as puzzled as I was.
Yeah,
The
clothes.
activewear, man, it goes
Yeah.
fucking like it leaves.
Yeah.
Leaves nothing to the imagination.
The body positivity's gone, dude.
Oh, that's gone.
Yeah, now that Ozempic and all this shit came out, like, dude, they all were like, yeah, we don't want to be fat either.
Yeah.
I just went to Vegas a few weeks back, and someone was explaining to me, like, that's why it's getting quiet. There's the Ozempic's taking away from, like, the drinking culture and the gambling as well. They reckon because it suppresses, like, all your addictions and urges, not just your
Ozempic's
hunger.
that big over there.
Yeah.
Well, must
Just
be.
in general, I mean, like, because everybody wants the easy way, you know? It's hard to lose weight once you're a big person, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, they go, a shot? I could do that.
Yeah.
Like, I can just do a shot. That's easy.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm fine with it. I don't see a problem with if you want to do Ozempic, do all this shit. It doesn't bother me at all. It's just very fascinating that you haven't heard, like, the fat community be like, this is an attack on us fat people, like the body positivity movement.
Well, how quickly did it disappear when they've given that option?
Oh, they go immediately.
Yeah.
I reckon it's funny you were talking about, like, you and Jim Jeffries and all them being, like, the drinking comedians, and then, you know, now we're the sober guys. You got that for, like, the fat comedians.
Yes.
Not comedians, fat celebrities.
Sure.
That are now not fat and having to come out
Figure it out.
Yeah, like, I'm skinny and hot now, but
they got to reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson did that, eh?
Yeah, Rebel. I mean, Amy Schumer in a way.
Yeah.
Because, like, and also, like, I never wanted to feel like I'm shitting on Rebel Wilson or Amy Schumer. Like, good, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's just when you were so loud about, you're just so verbal about being like, fuck you, I love my body. It's like, no, you don't. You don't love it. You lied. You lied about loving it.
Yeah. So you can do that, but then you got to admit it.
Yeah,
it's like you've probably got bits where you just like from the past, like, I fucking love drinking and anyone sober's a loser. You just got to acknowledge it afterwards.
Well, also, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's like maybe if me, Jim Jeffries, and all these guys I was referencing earlier that are like, we probably, if we had a time machine to go back to the 20s, we'd probably drink again. Like, we're just not. We're getting older.
Yeah, you can't back it up.
You've got a life. You've got kids. You got a family. My body's not holding up the way it was.
You got to retire like near the top of your game.
Yeah.
Like you go over the hill a little bit. You start blacking out earlier in the night. Like
also, not to get like too deep or anything, but like it's not cute anymore.
yeah.
Like, you know, you see me hammered at 41 at the chimney sweep, going, "What's up, sweet cheeks?
Yeah.
Come over here." Like it's not.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's not funny.
Well, I didn't want to see my daughter. I still don't. I don't want my daughter to see me fucking paralytic drunk. Like I woke up on the couch one morning when I didn't have her, and I don't know
big
how.
deal.
Didn't know how I got there.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck! If this was a night where I had my daughter, I'm not happy with my parenting."
When if
there.
you're in your 20s, do it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If in my 30s, maybe it's fine. But I'm 42, and like, what am I? I'm like an old baby, just acting like. It's like it'd be like if you saw a 40-year-old guy wearing his Letterman jacket going back to like the high school football game. You'd go, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, you guys are here." You're like, "Yeah, it's fine. We're." And I feel like that at the bars. Like, it's okay. I'm not judging people who drink. I'm saying it's time for Jeff to grow up a little. You know?
Yeah, there's nothing more depressing than like the real old guy at an after party. And you just like.
I did that for a couple of years. Footy trips. After I retired, I was going on the footy trips with the team after. It's like, you better cool it, mate.
Yeah, it feels weird.
But I actually did I pushed the limits, I reckon, in Bali. Just pushed the limits. I got a little tipsy, and all the kids. It was a big family one where we all went over with all the kids, but for whatever reason, karaoke started coming out at the middle of this par in Bali, and then the Eagle Rock came on. So naturally, I don't know if you know the tradition in Australia, but pull me pants down and do the...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so if Eagle Rock comes on, you're supposed to drop your DAX.
And sing the song.
Yeah,
Really?
no matter where you are, public.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. And then the
What a
next...
stupid thing.
So then the next day, my daughter's going, "Dad, you were dancing with your pants on the floor."
Sounds terrible. Also, you just made me think of a thing. It's like almost any time I hear someone go, "It's tradition," I go, "Yeah, that's stupid." Because that's always like the worst. Like that's the last case of arguing it. You know, so it's like you'll be like, "Why are those Catholics doing this thing with the?" And they go, "It's tradition." You go, "That's the best you can give me."
Yeah.
Like it's just like whether it's a religion or whether it's a culture or whether it's a drinking thing, you just go, "Yeah, it's kind of dumb."
Yeah, well, that's that. The circumcision where they kiss the dick.
Oh, you're talking about Brit Milah.
Yeah.
I know. I got in a lot of trouble for talking about Brit Milah.
Oh, did you?
I have a whole
Sorry.
bit about it. No, we can bring it up.
Yeah,
Let's
bring it
talk.
up. I don't know anything.
This first of all, you got to be real careful with these Jews. You know, you got to tread lightly.
Yes, we do.
So I'll start by saying that this is not all Jews, and this is a very specific sect of a very, this is a very selective culture of Jewish community, but they are people who do everything as it was back when the Torah was written.
Yeah.
And so one of the things they do is it's called Brit Milah. Like they instead of like using a tool for the circumcision, the moil will bite the foreskin of the baby off with his mouth and his teeth. And then he sucks out all the fluid and blood.
Oh, what?
And then gives the baby to the parents. Like it's an old tradition. But there are certain places, I think in Florida and New York, where they still do this tradition, where the parents will give the baby to. No, it's a real thing.
That's the reason why I heard about it was a kid got herpes.
Yeah, and died.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Right? That's the only reason I heard of it.
And it was like a
in New
headline.
York.
And I was like, oh, well, I'll read this 'cause it can't be true. And then it was explained like what you said. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's way worse.
I had an album called Dumb is Gooder. And the whole premise is just that, like, anytime I learn something, I go, fuck.
Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't have learned that. And one of the bits that I would do was like this lengthy explanation of what I just described to you. And then at the end of it, I go, weren't you happier before you learned that? Because it wasn't your religion.
Yeah.
It isn't your culture. It isn't your race or anything. It's these people, this small group in New York. You didn't need to know any of that.
Yeah.
And I just ruined your life by teaching you that. And you're probably going to go home and go, that can't be true. And you'll look it up and you'll learn it yourself and it'll just ruin your life.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, like, when people are talking about the Jewish community in front of you in a like party or something, you can't help but to bring that up now.
Right.
Because
and also, just like what I was saying when I started this, is like how many Jews will get pissed off that you're even talking about it. They're like, you don't know what you're talking about. I had a guy in New York, I thought he was going to fight me because he was just so overstimulated that I brought it up.
What is this? It's getting bad. Like, it's bad here in Australia. You're not Candace Owens wasn't allowed in. I'm surprised you were allowed in.
I know. I keep joking. Are these gigs a trap?
Yeah.
Because I'm playing the most woke places. Like Sydney, where I played, is very... The comedy club I played in Melbourne, they were like, you might be the only guy that's talked like this here in a while.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. But, I don't know. They've been real nice to me.
Yeah. I don't know if are you across much of what's going on in Australia? It's pretty bad.
No, but people have told me.
Yeah, like the social media ban and
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's framed
Everyone
as a
should
good,
be upset about it.
Yeah, it's framed as a good idea, and this is the worst part. It is a good idea to keep our kids off social media. It's fucking disgusing, social media, to a point.
Can be, yeah.
Can be,
Yeah.
exactly. Also, I'm a dad. It's my choice to parent my daughter and how she can, navigate those sort of situations. But it's the fear of how it's going to be leveraged. Like we said on this podcast, they're not going to. What they're going to do is we're going to require all of us for it to validate our age. It's not to do with the 16-year-olds.
Sure.
And then that is like going to be got around by kids. And then the scary part is, well, they're going to put us onto a digital ID, and then the tyrannical dystopian future where they've got the carbon footprints. That's the fear. I don't know if it'll get leveraged like that.
Well, everyone acts like it's, at least where I live, I can only speak for where I live and what I've experienced, but like the people make it seem like, oh, Jeff Dye won't shut up about this subject because he wants to be able to make fun of women and be racist and all this different stuff. And it's not. Do you remember a long time ago when it was faux pas to be gay?
Yeah.
Like when these things, and that made you feel terrible. It made you feel like that's wrong, that you had to be ashamed of being whatever thing you are. What if the pendulum shifts so far that now social media decides you can't post your gay stuff, you can't post your liberal stuff? Wouldn't you think that's wrong?
Yeah.
Like the freedom to say what you want is not just something I'd like. It's
Yeah.
also what you would like.
Yes.
Yeah. Just because the people that are in control now
Right.
agree with you doesn't mean that the people in the future
Right.
that are in control
You
won't
might
think the opposite.
find yourself 15 years from now going, man, maybe they were right. We kind of want to be able to say whatever we want.
Yes.
Because I'm not just fighting for the rights to say my bullshit. I also am fighting for your rights to say your bullshit. Like
Yes.
you're literally allowed to go on the internet and say, I think it's great that Charlie Kirk was murdered in front of his wife and kids for his political beliefs. And you're allowed to do that. Aren't you happy you're allowed to do that? I disagree. I think that's fucking trash.
Yeah.
But like, you should be able to say whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
And so I'm fighting for all of that. I
Yeah.
think that like we should be able to say whatever the hell we want. That's what makes comedy fun.
Yeah. Well, the Commonwealth seems to be the main offenders at the moment. I don't know how it's tracking in the States.
The what?
Like I don't know how this sort of censorship is tracking along in the States, but definitely over here, the Commonwealth, UK, Canada, that censorship is pretty heavy. We see in the UK, man.
Yeah,
it's
the UK people are getting arrested every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 30 or 40. And then look, some of them are inciting genuine, like you see some of them, this is the thing, they use an example of one person who specifically said, go fucking burn this building to the ground.
Bro.
And then the rest are like, it's a joke.
Bro, this week,
Yeah.
just this week, people have said that I should be killed. People have put my address, like I've literally had just this week.
Fuck.
So, you
Well,
know, it's
if
how it
you-
works.
If you'd gotten me a coffee, I would.
Well, hey, I'm the one that said
I get
sorry
upset.
you weren't.
Yeah. Mate, it's pretty
It's
bad.
just how it goes. You know, it's whatever.
Yeah, you see that divide, like the left and the right, and I think that's orchestrated to a point.
Mm-hmm.
I think you always should be sitting in the middle and make a decision based on what's correct. Like,
Correct.
Yeah, if the left is making a good point, I'm still going to go, oh yeah, that's valid.
Also, if the left is funny, I just go good on that. Be funny. You could be as wrong as you want if it's funny.
Yeah.
Like Sarah Silverman and me don't agree on anything politically, but she's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so I love her.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and all these other lefty comedians in Los Angeles that hate me so much, when they're really on one and they're funny, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I'm at least more reasonable about those kind of things. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, let it rip.
Yeah,
You know,
I love
it's
that.
funny.
I love that bit you got about you're saying how much you love about women.
Oh yeah.
See
Yeah, it's
how none
great.
of this is funny?
Yeah, exactly. I do that. I've been doing that this whole trip just because I can watch women in the crowd kind of start to not understand what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I go, all right.
It's so good. But
Yeah, it's one of those things. I remember 10 years ago, I was on some tangent about, you don't want these words to become illegal and silence isn't violence and blah. I was just kind of on one. And they were like, you sound a little paranoid. Like, nobody's going to arrest you for tweets. You're allowed to be, and now you're witnessing it.
yeah.
You see it in other countries. Like, it's happening.
Yeah.
So it's not like I called my shot, but I wasn't being paranoid either. Like, these things can happen that way, where like talk about fascism is like saying like you're not allowed to post your opinions or we'll arrest you.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah. It's scary.
Scary.
Mate, the world's a bit weird at the moment. Like, I have no idea what's going on. You're probably more across it over in the States, but that even the Epstein files, the release of that seems so weird. I have no idea, man. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I'm trying to get my head around it.
Nothing will happen anyways.
Nothing. It just seems a little bit of an odd thing that's
Yeah.
happening. Like, have you seen Candace Owens' posts lately?
Yeah, there's someone's trying to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The French, have you seen that? What do you think? Do you think she's just gone batshit, or do you think there's merit to it?
What? I'm worried that she's gone batshit.
Yeah.
Because it seems strange that they would do it so poorly. Like, if they're gonna try and kill her, like, why would you let that many people know? I
Yeah.
wouldn't have thought it'd be that hard.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, that's the interesting.
But then it's like, if that, because sometimes all the conspiracy theories will talk about how, like, deep and in depth they can go. Like the Charlie Kirk, the mic is exploding and
Yeah.
going through his brain, and then the Candace Owens one, they're writing up contracts and sending them out, and some random guy reads it and contacts her. I don't know. Could be true. Fuck if I know.
Yeah, it can't be that dumb, can it? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. You'd probably have to message someone at some point.
Yeah.
I think unfamous people think their texts are way more secure than anything else.
Yeah.
They go, oh, no one knows that. No one's looking at my texts. That's what people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So maybe if they did send it to someone and then someone's like, all right, I'm going to whistle blow this. That's not my biggest problem is, do you guys remember Coney 2012?
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, we're really making some ground. Yeah, we can agree. Kill this fucking Coney guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Together on
something
that.
everyone can unite about. And then they found him like running down the street all messed up on heroin. And then people stopped caring about Coney. You're like,
Yeah.
but just because the guy who started it, got drugged or whatever, like what, then now we don't care about a guy making child armies and shit like in Africa? So I find it more reasonable, or not reasonable, but more likely that when you fly too close to the sun, powerful people will do whatever it is to, negate you or to like make it whatever.
Yeah.
And you've seen it time and time, like Julian Assange.
Yeah,
Julian
Julian
Assange.
Assange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy, he's doing some good whistle blowing, doing some stuff, and then all of a sudden they go, he touched a lady. And you go, what?
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, put him in a cement room forever. Let's not even look at the information. He's a rapist or whatever. And you're like, how does this always happen? Anytime someone is doing something that might mess with people of power, they just immediately get some sort of thing that makes us not care.
Yeah. At what point
Yeah.
do you start going, oh, this isn't a coincidence anymore?
Yeah, right.
It's
It's just too many times.
so often.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk is like making ground, like making kids go, oh, maybe we shouldn't just fuck everyone
Yeah.
at college. Maybe we shouldn't make ourselves internet prostitutes on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Maybe there was some flaws in this DEI, in all these ideas, and they go, shoot his ass. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like literally,
Yeah.
once you fly too close to the sun, they find a way to do it. And I think that's more likely than all of these people having some sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, if I was going to do that, I'd just get her paranoid about all this shit and make her look crazy?
Well, that's probably part of the
It's
thing.
probably
yeah.
easier than...
Yeah, a little misinformation. Just send some text that makes her kind of spiral. And
That's what they used to do with the UFO programs. Was
Yes.
if someone spotted something, that disinformation was, they'd give them the real information
Which is
with
the
a speckle of like,
smartest thing I've ever heard.
isn't it?
Yeah.
In the alien thing.
Just like give them that one that's very provably wrong that they go, yeah, and this and this and this, and then they go, no.
Well, they had
So now
guys who were
everything's
like
wrong.
full-time guys who would go to like UFO conventions and they would do their full-time job
Yeah.
was to just go be crazy guys about UFOs and make things up. And then they bankrolled film. They were like, hey, make a movie called Men in Black, because everyone's talking about Men in Black. Make a movie called... And they would basically bankroll Hollywood
Yeah.
to make films. So when anybody would be like, and then these men came to my house and were asking me all these questions, they go, oh, someone's been watching too many movies.
Yeah.
And you're like, what a great strategy.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You heard that Frozen reason as well, why Disney made Frozen?
No.
The theory on that? So you know the conspiracy that Walt Disney got his head frozen so that he
Yes.
can get
Yes.
reanimated?
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently so that when people put Disney Frozen
That's smart.
through like the search engines and that,
Oh, they don't see.
you're just getting the show Frozen. Like, let it go, let it go.
That is by far the least sophisticated conspiracy ever. You don't even have to go that deep. They're like, we just don't want people searching it.
Yeah. Mate.
It's not even that hard to believe. Like,
Yeah.
just call something frozen and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
it's
and the main song from it's Let It Go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, just like,
let it go.
that's too,
really funny.
that's too convenient. Yeah.
Like we wouldn't be able to wiggle around the search words.
Yeah. Well,
I found nothing.
back to the UFO stuff, actually. Now
They
we've
didn't
brought
call
that
it
up.
frozen head.
This is true.
The Age of Disclosure just come out. Have you watched it yet? Anyone?
Nah, what is this?
It's potentially one of the biggest, most explosive UFO disclosure
Oh, cool.
documentaries put out. That Rogan actually just had the director or the filmmaker on
Nice.
the other day, and I've seen it. I haven't watched the doco yet. I've got it on the list. It's on tonight. I'm going to watch
Nice.
it. But the director said that Trump is aware of it
Okay.
and that he has tasked Tulsi Gabbard of investigating, because it's 47 or 37 of high intelligence people.
What
coming
time
out.
is it at home right now? I'm asking because I'll say, let's call Tulsi Gabbard and just ask her right now.
You have a number?
Yeah, I'm friends with her.
Mate.
But what time is it?
It is
Because if I call her at
It
this,
is 12 o'clock in New York.
fucking too late.
That would be incredible.
What time is, she's in
LA
DC,
be-
so
Nah,
she's not in LA.
Midnight, mate.
It'd be midnight. Let me text her, just see.
Mate, this would be
Tulsi.
explosive. Tulsi, are you investigating the UFO thing?
I'm on a podcast
She's
in
like, no,
Australia.
trying to organise 2 people to kill Candace Owens. I'm busy.
She goes, yeah, we gotta kill this chick. You think I got time to talk about extraterrestrials, you nerd?
Oh, man, that's so good.
One thing at a fucking time.
Yeah, definitely. But it's interesting if that's the case, and that he's only said that on Rogan. He doesn't. It's not
Also,
like this is proved.
Alien thing is like, what's it really gonna do?
Yeah,
We see things like we have the internet. There's all these videos. Like we know,
yeah.
right? Do you need the government to go? Yep, here's some files.
I think some people do.
Why?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I'm just like, yeah, cool.
Dude, there's
I get it.
9 million sightings of weird shit in the sky every single night in almost every continent in our country, and then people just go, probably SpaceX.
yeah. What did they say? They had that congressional hearing, and they did say it definitely wasn't human, but they can't rule out like things like organic things like plasma and stuff. But they're like, this is not us.
It's like, of course. Of course there's aliens at this point.
Yeah.
An extraterrestrial could literally like wave his wiener around above us and
AI.
everyone would go, that's probably fake.
Yeah, AI. Yeah, that's it now. We're fucked.
You go, that's got to be Elon. Elon did that. That's, it's just too obvious that we have.
I used to think Elon was AI. Almost
really?
to it. Well, not really, but like,
I can believe he'd be an alien.
You'd hear him on any podcast and he'd take however long.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think my data was buffering. It'd take so long to answer. And
Actually, I got an answer for that for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't want to say who it's from, and I don't want to say who it's about, and I won't say who it's to.
Okay.
But I shouldn't share this. Elon has said to someone I know that when he's talking to certain people, he takes a pause because he's like, how do I explain this to someone who's dumber than me? like it's in his mind. He's going, all right, what words do I use that this person would
dumb it
understand?
down.
He's slowing down his like computer brain. Basically, like, because the way he would, the way he's processing and the way he's autistically going through his thoughts and words, it would be a lot. So he's trying to make a thoughtful pause of like, how do I articulate this?
That makes sense.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
I think he's the best. This whole Elon Musk hate thing is wild.
Isn't it?
It makes
like you're
no
not allowed.
sense.
I find the hypocrisy in loving Elon and Tesla for so long because he was the lefty champion for environment, and now he's the devil.
It makes no sense.
Like jumping out.
He's wildly more relevant to humankind than almost every celebrity.
Yeah.
More than any comedian, more than any musical artist. He's way better than he's done more than my dad. Like he's done so many things. And people go, that guy, fuck that guy. Like, you know how important he is?
Yeah.
Like we haven't had a relevant engineer for hundreds of years. This guy literally was able to just go, hey, what if we used this to pay for stuff?
Yeah.
Right? And you go, shut the fuck up. Just give me cash,
Yeah.
And he goes, no, let's come up with something. Him and a bunch of his nerd friends came up with PayPal. And they were, and now now we're going to the cashless societies.
Yeah.
He was ahead of that curve by 25 something years. Then he just goes, it's not like he invented electric cars. He didn't. We know that.
Yeah.
But he was the one who was able to financially go, well, like, we need to make chargers everywhere if this is going to be a thing. And he took a risk and popped up these gay little chargers all over America. And now we're able to use electric cars, and all the other companies are copying him. It's because of him that electric cars are a thing. And then he's making drones. He's making robots. He's making tunnels. I mean, the guy is literally the most effective human being of the last 200 years. And people go, well, I don't like him. I think he's a Nazi. You go, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
Do you think the hype is getting to him now, where it's almost like he's starting to do stuff in spite of other people. Whereas before,
What do you mean?
I don't know, just like even answering people's tweets and shit.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
he likes it. You know, like I like that.
yeah, but do you think like eventually, like I'd rather, like I'd not telling Elon Musk what to fucking do.
Are you
But-
sure?
But it's just better when he's, you know, like innovating and making rockets and shit like that
Yeah.
than fighting with some weird cunt on Twitter and
Yeah.
Yeah,
even
but-
the government stuff. Like he got involved in Doge. They've now just disintegrated Doge because governments, like in a whole, aren't very good places.
Yeah.
Like they very slow to achieve stuff. So
But I don't think you're better than Elon Musk.
you went out on
Be very clear.
yeah, you went out on a limb with
I
that
don't
one.
think you're better than him.
No.
Yeah.
But guess what? I also don't think Elon Musk is better than you. We're just people.
Yeah.
So the same way you go after these cunts on Twitter is the same way he wants to. He
Yeah.
hears a thing, he's like, what?
Yeah.
And he just tweets because he's just a guy
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But also, like, he wants to be heard. He wants to argue. He's not just supposed to sit in some room in a high rise and build shit. He's like, I just bought Twitter. I'm going to fucking talk
Yeah.
on Twitter. And also, like, I think that he, you know, he feels like he can't be heard, you know, like, and so like for his like brain, he's like, I'm gonna argue with these people, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a good point. Ricky Gervais does it all day.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais will just sit in a bathtub and then just like, sometimes he's arguing with like bots, you know, like he's not,
Yeah, yeah.
it's not even a real person he's responding
Yeah.
to.
But I mean, that's probably everyone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's so
Yeah.
much is bots, so much is, yeah.
I think I've
just
seen-
saying maybe someone close to him needs like
Yeah.
just
But I don't see a problem with it. Like,
Yeah.
I like it. I think it makes him human. You know, he's
Yeah.
flawed. He's not a perfect guy. He's got opinions. And I think that, like, in his mind, he's just like, fuck it. You know, I'm going to build robots. I'm going to do shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
well,
his way of maybe being a little more down to earth, too. Like, his way of, like, interacting with just kind of the everyday person.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, in his mind, he's like, what are they thinking around
yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Except the everyday person isn't the fucking internet though. like,
true. I know.
42%.
like no one's talking to you like they talk to you on the
Oh,
internet.
no way.
That's so
Like
true.
when
Yeah.
you meet people,
Yeah,
it's
true.
like I think that's I think that's the risk for everyone.
Yeah.
Is you start to like you spend too much time on the internet. You're like, oh, this is people. I know. Like I just went to America, and the nicest fucking people in the world.
Yeah.
Like
But you thought, because the internet, like, they're going to all be shooting guns
Yeah.
and talking
well,
shit.
well, no, not necessarily that because I'm happy with that, but but just you know even the political divides and shit like that, like it's way more on the internet than like
No, you're 100%
Yeah, it's
right.
not real, yeah.
I like hearing that. That makes me happy
Yeah.
because, like I think I said it on Rogan last time or maybe the time before, but was like, in my life, it's great. Like I go to my coffee shop, I pet some dogs, I say hi to the dudes, I fucking look at the girls, I drink my coffee. I have to go in my phone and then go, what the fuck is going like
Exactly.
It's all in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I don't see
It's not real.
yeah, it isn't real.
Yeah.
It's just this other kind of thing that's becoming so big that it feels real, or
Yeah.
it's real for sure, but I'm not in that. Yeah.
Even the
Yeah.
people that you do disagree with staunchly, like if you have a conversation with them, we've had them on the podcast, people who we disagree with pretty heavily, and it's always nice, civil.
Even my haters are very fascinating people, like the on the internet, like they'll be like, you fucking hack, and then in my mind I'm like, what's wrong? Why can't I be a hack?
yeah, there's plenty of them.
Right.
Why
You must know there's other hacks.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be a hack.
Why can't I be a hack?
yeah.
Why are you mad that I'm a hack? Like, I don't understand. Or they'll go, you're a fucking, you're grifting. I'm like, I'm grifting as much as anybody else is grifting.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're pretending to be a male feminist and you're fine with trans people? That sounds like a grift, bro.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty hefty grift.
Yeah.
You could argue most of the things we do and it like, because if I don't really care about what I'm saying as much as I just want the laugh, that's kind of a grift, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if they're paying me at the end of the night for it, that's kind of a grift.
Yep.
This whole career is a grift in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
even the bits that you really fucking like, that is what you want to say. you got to set it up with like 4 or 5 other bits to get the crowd on board and everything else like that to say that one bit anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's why mine don't work.
One of the reasons.
One of the reasons.
Yeah. You didn't set that up. Went straight to the punchline.
Just random punchlines with no setups.
I was doing the
goes A, B, C, not start at C. You don't go here's C, 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 and then go back to A, B.
And then yell at the crowd, what the fuck? You don't get it. Why don't you get it?
Yeah, classic. But I do see you've been doing some pretty good things. I was saying to you before, man, you look like Gutfeld. I watch that all the time.
They've been great to me,
Yeah. So I guess, does that keep you across what's going on? Because sometimes, like we do it on this pod, we commentate on what's going on. Yeah. Sometimes we have comedians, sometimes we have someone on health, and it's just whatever. Sometimes it's just shit talk and conspiracies. But when you're constantly in politics,
I know,
fucking gets a lot, man.
I know. Well, I'm a conservative, like a Republican guy, like a modern day Republican guy. So I feel like my commentary on society is because it's gone too far left. But when I'm on Gutfeld, it's so far right that I find myself going, all right, let's take it easy. And now I'm almost like arguing against them to try to push it back onto that side of it's too much.
Yeah.
And so, but other than that, I do love being on there. I'm on there once a month, sometimes twice a month. And they were like, we'll put you on every night if you lived here. And I go, I'm not going to live in New York.
Yeah.
Like I would never live in New York again.
Are you LA?
I live in Los Angeles. Yeah, I'm buying a place in Texas right now.
Oh, sick.
I am pumped.
Very nice.
But it's better. It's better.
That's the one you started the
started GoFundMe. What a mistake. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, so Wolfie was trying to tell me about this. What was this GoFundMe?
So I have a lot of money. I have had a lot of money for a long time. You know how I have a lot of money? I have no wife. I have no kids. I never have. I've been able to accumulate a lot of wealth. So also, another thing to factor before I start this story is that my fans have bread. Not all of them, but I have a very older, conservative Republic. Like I have a lot of rich guys that like me. A lot of people that are happy to pay, money to come see my shows. So I also know that. I know that my fan base is not like a bunch of like poor people. Like, how do we get in?
Yeah.
It's whatever. So when I said that I was going to, on Joe Rogan, I said I'm going to move to Texas. I was like, I'm getting out. I'm coming to Texas.
Yeah.
And the next day I had my real estate lady, Katrina, fly from Arizona to Austin to show me homes in Austin. And I was like seeing all these great homes. So I just mentioned that. And then it must have been a terribly slow news day in Los Angeles because all the things picked up, like comedian Jeff Dye says Gavin Newsom is scary as shit and he's leaving. Yeah. But then they also like they gave like all my haters ammunition because they're like, A-list comedian Jeff Dye is leaving LA, and I go, don't call me that. And everyone's gonna go, oh, A-list, I've never even heard of him. Or it said like, they used terms like that I was like, oh God, now everyone's gonna trash me, but I didn't even say that. That's just what they're labeling it, so it seems like more of a relevant news story. That's all they were doing, and so. My real estate agent, Katrina, and me were like laughing about it. I'm like, how am I on the front page of Fox News as like leaving Los Angeles because I'm afraid of Gavin Newsom?
Yeah.
And then she was like, you should start a GoFundMe, like as a goof to be like, get Jeff Dye out of Los Angeles. Like we thought it'd be like a big kind of haha, like scary Gavin Newsom has made Jeff Dye flee as like a fuck you to LA. Like I'm out of here, bankroll. Also, I thought like maybe my haters would like be like, I'll put $5 to get Jeff Dye out of here. I thought it'd be like a cool thing. I'd make a quick 25 grand. I thought it'd be awesome. Yeah. But it just showed. Also, that's kind of the joke in my mind is that like I don't need them. It's funny.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Dude, it was only up for an hour before people lost their fucking minds. Like the trolls, it's like the trolls didn't get the trolling.
Yeah.
And also, I'm submitting. I took it down. I refunded everyone. I like admitted that I took the L.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, you're right. I guess it wasn't funny. I guess everyone hated it a lot. I get that.
Yeah.
I get it. I fucked up. Another joke that bombed.
Yeah,
okay.
You needed to workshop that at the other
You went straight to the sea.
Give me
That's what you did.
$5.
You went to the sea.
And it was one of those things. It's like it wasn't funny. No one liked it. Okay. I didn't think it means I'm a piece of shit. Also.
No, well, that's where you're wrong, Jeff.
Well, but here's the thing. GoFundMe is not a Make-A-Wish. GoFundMe is not like, I have cancer, send me $1. You can make a GoFundMe for anything.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not fraud.
Yeah.
It isn't like, it wasn't me begging.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be like a funny haha thing that no one liked. I get it. But like, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's not, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not sorry. So like, that's another thing is like, I really regret it and wouldn't do it again, but I didn't do anything wrong. I shouldn't be hiding going, are people talking about my I don't care. Like, fuck off. Like, I thought it was just a failed joke that didn't work. And then because it didn't go over well, I gave everyone their money back. I said, all right,
we all are held accountable to these people that don't exist in our real life.
Yeah.
They're not real. Like if we're talking about social media, it's not there. Most people who troll and comment something abusive, generally, and if I've done it in the past, I've completely forgotten I've done that comment.
Oh, for sure.
So what if you see it half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours later, and you go, this fucking cunt, and then you go and comment back, you've just brought them back in and they're like, oh, I've got fucking Jeff Dye on the fucking hook now. I'm going to fucking get him going.
What's great though is like all the LA comedians that have reared their heads.
Oh, really?
That's the beauty. A troll can hide under like some fake thing or a fake name, or some of them aren't even real. Like we were talking about earlier, they might be bots, or they might be some sort of thing, or maybe like a burner account for someone. But you LA comedians have you piled on, and I've got a sweet little list. It's going to be so great. It's so fun that you came out of the woodwork. And guess what? I'm not going to Texas anytime soon. You're going to have to see me soon. and that's what's so beautiful about it is like they've gone, fuck this guy. Like this one guy wrote this terrible thing about me.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know who he was, but he claimed he opened for me. So I searched my phone for his text messages, and he was super nice and pleasant. Like, I'll show you. It's actually wild. You won't believe this.
This is good. I love this.
Dude, it's actually, so his name was Andrew J. Ruddick. Jeff Dye is the worst comedian and human that I've ever opened for. He's a hateful hack who spews transphobia and racism disguised as telling it like it is. Not only does he treat people like shit off stage and bomb on stage, but he wears a toupee and has a chronic case of wet mouth, right?
That's why you're wearing a hat, isn't it?
Yeah,
Toupee,
So he wrote that, and then someone sent it to me because I'm getting all these. I'm checking the box. I saw Ron Funch's tweet. I saw Steph Tolev's tweet. I saw all this bullshit, and I'm seeing all the back and forths. I got spies out there that are on my team who are like, "Fuck you guys, you didn't do anything wrong."
Yeah.
So,
so
this
Elon. Elon's one of his
So someone sends this to me, a screenshot, and I was like, I don't really remember this guy, but he claims that I opened for him. So, I just searched his name in my text messages. And we had I thought he was great. I thought he was a really nice guy. I thought he was funny on stage.
Yeah.
I thought that he was like a sweet guy. And I wrote the last time I spoke to this guy, there was nothing in between that message and this. I wrote, hey, it was awesome working with you this weekend. You're a great dude. You should know that. Also, I sent a similar text to Mike Head, who was one of the other openers, and I go, but it applies to both of you, so it's still sincere. Yeah. And then I sent a photo of him performing on stage, because comics like pictures. So I posted. And then he goes, you rule, dude. Thanks for being so cool to me. It means a lot. It was great getting to learn from you this weekend, and I can't wait to see you again. He then wrote a month later, hey man, I saw on your website that you have some shows in the Midwest and the East Coast coming up. I don't know if you bring an opener normally, but I'd love to work with you again. I don't mind driving somewhere far at all. Stay horny. Quote, I know I will. Love, Andrew.
Was that a joke?
Love,
that he
Andrew. This is what our exchange was. Now, years go by.
Yeah.
We've had no interactions. We've had no anything.
Yeah.
And he writes this terrible thing that I'm a hateful hack who spews transphobia, and I was the worst comedian and human he ever opened for. So this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's like,
yeah, he didn't stay horny at all.
I've been nothing but nice.
Yeah.
to Steph Tolov and Ron. I've never been mean to any of these comics.
Yeah.
But they saw an opportunity. Some fucking pussy in like a wheelchair who like constantly annoys the Comedy Store managers about how like you don't have enough accessible ramps, and his whole tribe is being a handicapped comedian. He's like, we're the heart and soul of the Kill Tony comedian, whatever. Even this fucking invalid is like trashing me on the internet going, I can't get on stage at the Comedy Store, but at least I'm funnier than Jeff Dye. I'm like, everyone's just decided I'm a piece of shit because I did like a trolley GoFundMe thing.
Fucking
like
hell.
it was out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I'm some bad guy.
When a guy in a wheelchair is kicking you when you're down.
Oh my god! What have I done? So it just in my mind, it's gross and weird.
Yeah.
And somewhat puzzling. like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's whatever.
Do you think they misjudged the moment? Like it, when sometimes it seems like it's going to be a big thing forever, and then that,
Yeah.
that'll be
Lasted an
forgotten.
hour.
yeah. They're like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is time to
This is my
mobilize.
moment.
And then,
And you know what my crime is? You know what the real crime is?
Yeah.
I'm political, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not their politics.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's interesting, is it? Because you're probably your vocalization of your opinions is
all it
probably
is.
That's all
That's
it
what
is.
they're upset about.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is that instead of the new thing I've noticed too is they don't just go, oh, I hate him and I hate what he's about, because then that makes them sound like they're being PC. You know, it makes it, you don't want to be the comic who's going, hey, you shouldn't joke about that.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
So the way you spin it is you go, it's hack.
Yeah.
Call it hack. Then you don't look like a baby crying about what a comic's joking about.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that you have guys like, what's his name? Anthony Jeselnik, who are, that now their politics is infringing on their comedy.
Yeah.
Because he literally has an hour material about dead babies. But then he's going, you shouldn't joke about you're gonna decide?
Yeah.
You're the dead baby guy.
Yeah.
You don't get to decide. So what's happening is you're noticing, Bill Hicks was all about like talk about whatever the fuck you want. George Carlin was saying, hey, we got to find the line and then intentionally cross that line. Louis C.K. says, hey, fucking whatever it is, make it. You can find all of the real comics like Bill Burr trashing on women or doing whatever. All these comics that were doing these things, Chappelle, Ricky Gervais, all those guys, those were the good comics when they were doing whatever. And now you're noticing this political thing where they're going, well, yeah, but not about gay people. Oh, yeah, but not about this marginalized group. And you're like, oh, you're letting your politics ruin what makes comedy so great.
Yeah.
And so I think if you're a good comic, you joke about whatever the fuck you want at all times, no matter what. If it's funny, it's funny.
Yeah.
I'll do rape jokes. Yup. I do girl jokes. I do trans jokes. I do whatever, because if it's funny, it's funny. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And having the talent to do it as well.
It's tough.
I mean, I can attest. I'm definitely not. I think, were you there the night when I tried a DV joke, domestic violence joke?
DV. Just the fact that you called it DV.
Yeah, domestic violence joke, no good.
Yeah, I got a bunch.
I didn't have the talent to do it. But I at least
Well, now
tried.
you
At least I
it again.
tried.
Yeah, take another swing. Figure it out. It
No,
was
it's
funny.
Squirly,
to you.
but nah.
no, what, it's just a weird judgment point that comedians probably have more than anyone else, just because you're trying to make something funny.
Yeah.
You go up
Well,
there.
You got to be able to take swings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like people that haven't done comedy before, they judge you on how badly the joke goes.
Sure.
You're like, I didn't think it'd go like that.
Yeah, well,
I thought it was going to be good.
Right.
Well,
and you guys were going to
Your
have a good
intent is
time.
in the right place. Yeah. You go, I don't know. I just thought we were trying things.
to be fair, it was gong, and it went well for 50% of the audience.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
there's
there was
something there
yeah.
Well, that's how that is.
Actually, I had
Some people like naughty humor. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. I had the same conversation with my missus because I explained this joke from a comedian that bombed.
You mansplained.
Yeah. Aggressively. But I told her about the joke and she was like, you just can't ever joke about that thing. And I was like, well, you can.
You're
You just
doomed,
You
Marion.
just got to be good. So then the next day, like, put on, it just happened that McCann talks about the exact same topic and got her to watch it before telling her what the topic was about. And she's like laughing and then is like, oh, you've done that for a reason. So she got mad for tricking her rather than the original argument. But that's a relationship.
Yeah.
It's just finding something else for them to be pissed off about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Like, there's nothing I care more about than like my religion, my faith, like Jesus Christ. But you would never hear me go, he shouldn't be joking about Jesus like that.
Yeah.
You would never hear me say that because it's comedy. So if you've got like Sarah Silverman's got a great joke about how the Jews killed Jesus, and she's like, and I'd do it again. I would if I heard his little sandals clopping over, and it's funny to me because it's absurd.
Yeah.
And that's what comedy is like you can't take this so serious that you're not willing to laugh at these things.
Yeah.
Because that's why nurses, doctors, military, police, fire department, they have the best sense of humor.
Yeah.
Is because they realize that jokes are just words that are like,
Yeah.
it's like it's supposed to help us. It's
But then now you're doing like immigration jokes and people are like, oh, you shouldn't joke about Jesus like that.
a whole different thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think it's fascinating. It's like, listen, there's plenty of things that are funny about rape. Plenty, right? But it better be good, like we were just talking about. And and sometimes it takes a while to figure out what the funny part, like that's all it is. But there's no subject off limits. Like these people are crazy to think that.
Yeah.
And they're gonna literally like ruin their own comedy careers by thinking like that.
Well, that's just like, it seems pretty broadly across society you can't do that. Like for us to question our immigration at the moment, automatically
insane.
you get smeared a racist.
Yeah.
And no, we have genuine concerns. We've
Also,
got a housing.
racism's funny.
Yeah.
It's real funny.
Yeah.
If you don't believe it, look at my algorithm. A lot of funny shit in there. And it's funny because it's naughty. And it's funny because it's absurd. And it's funny because some of it is, you go, I see where they're doing with that or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's when I get real preachy, is when people start going, well, you shouldn't joke about that, or there's nothing funny about that. You go, you're an idiot if you think there's nothing funny. Did you hear Tom Segura and Louis C.K.'s podcast together?
No.
Louis C.K. was saying about how, like, he used to say there's nothing funny about, like, punching down. You should never punch down.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he was trying to make the point. He was actually the one saying you shouldn't punch down. And as he was explaining it to someone, he proved himself wrong. Because he was like, yeah, I should just play you the clip and instead of trying to say it. But he was basically saying, like, if there's a Mexican cleaning lady or something, and then she sees like a billionaire boss like in the high rise, and she goes, fuck that guy, that's like punching up. But if like the boss comes down to the cleaning lady and like pours hot coffee on her head and is like, ha ha ha, there's nothing funny about that. And he goes, and as I was explaining it, I realized, no, that's actually hilarious. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Now, it's not right.
Nah.
It isn't good. No one would like that. That isn't how you should interact in society, but it is funny.
Yeah.
And that's what we're supposed to be dealing with, is funny.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a comedian who just panders and grifts, in my opinion, to a bunch of like baristas in Brooklyn, a bunch of loser ass fucking single, trans swingers, then go ahead, be that comic. But I'm not that guy.
Yeah. Well, toying with those ideas is something I'm starting to try and do, because I'm getting more and more time, and I'm trying. I'm getting there.
Well, that's what the whole point, like you were saying earlier, is like it didn't work, but you said 50% of the crowd. Dude, when you start a joke, that's how it works. You build it, you polish it, you grow it,
I love watching some, like, because especially getting back into it a bit more, starting to see someone go up there and try a joke 4 weeks in a row, and it just change and cut down shorter. Watching, actually, Mark Norman, did you see he posted a clip of him shaving down that joke?
And he had, like, alongside it, the video of him learning to do a kickflip, and just showed all the time he fucks it up.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Until he finally gets it.
And does the same thing with the joke. Just does it.
I love that.
Yeah, it was cool.
I noticed too, it's like, there's a place that I try new material in Los Angeles. It's in Manhattan Beach. It's called Ponchos. And it's a Mexican restaurant. It's a free gig. I just drop in and like try new stuff. And if you only talk to the people at Ponchos, they would go, Jeff's not that great. And they go, he seems a little angry about stuff, and he seems way too conservative, and he seems not that funny.
Yeah.
But it's because that's where I try stuff.
Yep.
Like that's where I'm like trying an idea. And sometimes an idea starts from something that pissed me off. A girl said something to me, or I read a thing, or I'm crashing out too much on the internet that week. And so I try a thing there.
Yeah.
And then it slowly blossoms into these great bits where I've kind of now it's lost its poison. I've made it funnier. I'm kind of a little more reasonable about the subject, all these different things. But it has to start somewhere. It had to start with me being angry, or me being passionate, or me whatever. And that's all that is. You do it first, and then I love that. Mark has that kind of what is it called, metaphor about like the kickflip is like a joke.
Yeah, it's great. I didn't see
great.
I didn't see the kickflip with it, but that's sick.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing, like you said, because you got to say those jokes on stage, otherwise you're saying them to people off stage.
Yeah.
Which is worse for the joke.
Yeah.
It also does make you a shitter person.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than when a comedian, before they're going on stage, is telling me their open mic bit that they haven't worked out yet.
Yeah.
And it's just them saying fucked up shit.
That is why I hang out with comedians.
Yep.
So I'm not like a big tribe guy. I don't really like that we're tribing up in any way in the world. But I like to keep the company of all stand-up comics, because if I say a thing that's fucking horrific, they go, he's just going for a laugh. You know how Jeff is, and you kind of get this permission to speak freely when you're with comics. Yeah. And I like that. So that is another, why I'm always around stand-up comedians is like, you can't just say that to your girlfriend's parents. Jesus Christ. You hear the way he was talking,
Yeah. Is it getting like that in green rooms?
What's that?
Like a bit more flexibility? It feels like the pendulum's swinging a bit. I guess LA might be different, but
it's too hard. Every green room's kind of different, and also like I kind of keep the company of my people, my friends. So I haven't noticed any. A lot of the hate that I get is very cowardly. It's they hide from me.
Yeah,
I come to the Comedy Store and they rush off into like different rooms. Literally, I mean, like I watch them go. Oh God, Jeff's here. Because they don't want to be held, look like a hypocrite, being nice to me. But they don't want to be mean to my face.
Yeah.
So if they just don't have to deal with me, then they're not responsible for the things they've posted or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still thinking, do you remember the context of old mate saying to you, stay horny, I know I will?
The context of it?
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Maybe... See,
the
this is the
most
impact you had on him.
bizarre
You probably said something as a passing riff joke, like,
well,
that joke may be horny.
In between those two texts, when we were leaving the venues, we hung out all weekend. All the comics, I'm pretty generous to young comedians. I want them to be around, and I want them in the green room and all this stuff. He said, my sister is a comedian who lives in Los Angeles. You should, you should look for her, or look out for her. As a joke, I go, yeah, I'll look out for her, and then everyone laughed. That's very funny in my opinion. And people fucking laughed.
Yes.
And he claimed, well, that's what he was remembering. He didn't remember sending me these texts. He didn't remember any of that stuff. He was holding on to me being creepy about his sister. Yeah. He's very protective of his sister. So I go, that makes total sense. And then I go, but I was just trying to be funny. And he goes, yeah, real funny, bro. And he goes, he was like, you're mental, dude. And then I was like, well, you're the same way I gave you a pass on your text of stay horny, I know I will. That's also pretty creepy. And I just assumed he's trying to be funny. I didn't go, well, I didn't hold on to it for years and call you a hateful hack. And so once I screenshotted our old texts and asked him, why would you write this about me? Like, I thought we had a good thing. He told me the sister thing, and I said, I was probably just trying to be funny. And then I screenshotted our old text, and then once he saw that, he was like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I can't even imagine what you were going through this week. I was just piling on for attention, and then he went on a lot of texts about asking me to take the post down. And then since has deleted all of his social media, or at least whatever, which I didn't expect him to do that. But I'm not gonna not I'm not going to take it down.
Yeah.
Because it's you know, this I like it. It's a good demonstration of like,
Yeah.
why are you doing this? You piled onto me for no reason at all. Like, I don't think that's another thing I don't understand when people are being like trolls is like, they don't really realize what they're doing. You're affecting livelihoods of people. You're affecting the reputation of people. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal
Yeah.
to say those things. Like, even if it cost me $5 in work, like, I'll fucking kill you. Like, what are we doing? Like, you're affecting my reputation. Like, there's this one guy who's saying these terrible things about me around town. And he, in his mind, he thinks, well, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, why would I care? He's like, you're affecting my life. You're trying to ruin my life. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never do that to someone.
Yeah. Well, this is what you sort of see when, especially where like you get those videos where they go up and they do the vox pops and they would be talking to a lefty about whatever. And then as soon as they reach a point where they can't argue back, they're like, well, I'm done with this conversation. And
Yes.
they leave.
Yeah,
They just
yeah,
walk
yeah.
away. So it's they don't want to face the consequences of their actions.
I don't know. When it's like, yeah, I don't know.
I think the sort of people like they've built on and Delby loves this sort of point is the lack of resilience in people, and they've been gifted and spoon fed but we all have to a point, even like left or right.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I'm not that far right. I'm just like a modern day, considered a modern day because.
Well, logical reason in the middle, somewhere
well, like,
to go.
But you can find things that I'm very not Republican about. You
Yeah.
know, like one of my best friends is a gay guy. Like that used to be the reason you'd call yourself a liberal is because you're like, oh, I have a gay friend. I must be liberal.
Yeah.
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 And like whatever. Or like, you know, like I don't know. Like I think it's very complicated. I don't really even know my own opinion about abortion, but I know I'm not against it. I know I'm not for it. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think it's this very tough one.
I don't know if I trust anyone that's fully either.
Yeah.
Like, because I can't see any person that can't, like, because there's so many fucking
Yeah.
topics. I mean, it's deciding on how the whole world, or at least, like, for Americans it is anyway. For Australians, it's, you know, deciding how Australia's run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Which is shit.
like, how are you going to have the exact same opinions as the one party?
Yeah.
That's what I
can't.
think is like how you know someone is really grifting.
Yeah.
Is when every one of their opinions falls on one side.
Yeah.
You're like, every one of them? You didn't have one that was in the other pot?
Yeah.
Like, you might need to be reconsidering how you consume information and how you do things if everything is in the lefty category or the right category.
Yeah. Well, doesn't it seem it's funny because it's always the same people who are in this category of, trust the science. You
Yeah.
got to get this, and they're also like, well, you got to be pro-abortion, and you got to. They're all the same people, and they're not. They're not assessing each individual thing or topic on its merit. They're just going, well, this is what my side believes.
Correct.
I'm going to die on that hill.
I think another thing is the liberal side of things, at least currently, I think their heart's in the right place. And a lot of my fans would not like to hear me say that, but I think their heart is in the right place. You feel like you're defending trans people. You feel like you're defending these things, and when it gets tricky is when you get into, like, when it's not vague. When you start getting specific is when you go, shit, this contradicts itself, let's not engage.
Yeah.
You know, because when you start to get specific, you can't defend women and trans athletes in women's sports. There's that comes to a head. Your two ideologies are now conflicting. You can I support women, but if this guy says he's a woman, then he should be able to win the gold medal in this sporting event. And this woman's just getting dominated by someone biologically bigger, and if you trust the science on that, you'd go, hey, that's a guy beating the fuck out of a lady. And so, like, that's when it becomes to a head, is because they go, shit, these two things, so let's just keep it vague.
Yeah.
I support women, I support trans,
Yeah.
and then we don't have to get specific, because then you'll have to come to terms with the conflict.
That's that sort of, I talk about it quite a lot, is that idea that we all want the same thing. We just disagree on the pathway there.
Sure.
That's all it is. It's like,
100%.
the left, they truly believe they're in the right. They're doing the right thing for society. They're defending the most vulnerable people in society.
Yeah.
And then the people on the right, they think they're like defending against that. And I got this sort of idea that, resistance creates resistance. And if we actually kind of sort of stopped pushing against each other, you'd probably calm down on each side and bring us closer together. And I know it sounds counterintuitive to stop pushing against the oppressive nature of some of the censorship laws and whatnot. But, you know, I truly think that's probably the end goal, is to just stop pushing against each other, and then maybe that brings us closer together. Less reason for people to legislate and put us in boxes and whatnot. But also then the idea is like, fuck, if we just let the government run all over us, is that what they're going to do? You're probably putting yourself in a tinfoil hat idea there, whether you think that they're going to just oppress and censor you. But fuck,
I'm
just going off history.
I agree with you, but I think it's just get rid of the poison, right? So like, you can have your opinion, get rid of the vitriol, get rid of the anger, get rid of the feelings. It's too much of that. I would love to sit down with a trans person and just talk about my ideas of it, and they can talk about their ideas of it, and we can go get coffee together and be friends. I'll fucking hang out with the person, you know, like, it doesn't need to be me versus you. It's this very argumentative bullshit that is nonsense.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to that's why they go, oh, Joe Rogan. It's like, at least Joe Rogan's talking to people. He's not yelling at people. He's not making glitter signs and blocking traffic.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's the anger. It's the venom that is ruining it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can coexist in society with people that I disagree with, as long as we can coexist in society.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to go, you fucking assholes, you fucking want to take my gun away, I'll kill all of you. Like, no. Like, I'll say, hey, here's 10 reasons why I love guns, and you tell me 10 reasons, and we can talk and figure this out.
Yeah.
I imagine the abortion issue, for a lack of better term, is that we could probably come to an agreement where, like, maybe after 3 months, you know, maybe that's too far along to terminate a pregnancy.
Yeah.
But 3 months, pretty reasonable, and maybe some extreme people that they probably wouldn't like that, but it's at least a nice, happy medium we could come to.
Yeah, it's a nuanced discussion. It's not just like, this is what the answer is.
And when you have two people, one that wants to bomb an abortion clinic and one who thinks all right-wing people should be murdered, it's too venomous. And so it's like, if people could just kind of chill and relax, you know, like, that's why I like comedy, is because at least there's some laughter to it, you know?
Yeah, well, I think that's actually the reason this podcast is actually not exploded, but it improved its reach, is because, you know, Delby and Squirly, when I chuck him on, or I try and steer the conversation in a certain area where we'll talk about topics that need to be discussed, and then we inject a bit of humor with it, and it makes it more palatable, real nuanced ideas that probably need discussing, and then fucking have a bit of a laugh with it, because if we can't laugh at it, then...
Do you know why your podcast is doing well? You know why Joe Rogan's podcast is doing well? Is because it's people talking about the subjects that no one's talking about.
Yeah.
Because people think they're having the conversation, but they tend to just talk to people they agree with, or their buddy in the truck on the way to work or something. And it's like, people go, oh, no, that's not going to solve anything. And like, Joe Rogan's not fixing anything. This isn't fixing. It is. Because people are going, hey, I heard what you talked about on there, and I actually agree with you on that. Or, hey, have you thought about this? You said this, and I disagree. And like, that starts these conversations that fixes things.
Well, people will talk at you, not to you. And then we've had like a trans activist on, and that was a great chat. Yeah. It was a good chat. We didn't agree on everything.
Because you're talking.
Yeah, exactly. We had a vegan activist on. After that, the comments on social media were not great, but the conversation in person was great.
Well, because the internet's evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and also it's an anonymity, you know, they can like say all those things behind a whatever. But there's a great like Rumi quote where he says like, gosh, I don't know exactly, but something about like, you know, rain brings flowers, not thunder.
Yeah.
And it's the idea is so true. It's like, you can be kind to people and you can talk to people no matter what I want to say. If I'm being kind about it, like they're going to go, at least he was being kind, you know? Yeah. This yelling and this anger and this like hatred towards whatever. It's like, Donald Trump could sneeze and people in LA would be like, "Did you see how he sneezed?" It's like, he can't be all evil all the time.
Yeah.
I would love to hang out with Barack Obama or Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because as men, I think that they would probably be like a good fucking hang.
Yeah.
Now, do we agree on all the things? No. There's plenty of things I don't like about Donald Trump, and I do. And there's plenty of things about Barack Obama I don't like, and I do, because that's kind of how humans work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and so it's like this idea that there's this other people is very archaic.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, is you'll find people don't like, well, they want diversity, but they don't like a diversity of opinion.
Right.
It's
Well,
and those
yeah.
are the same people.
Well, it's such a chimp-like opinion to think diversity means different colors of people.
Yes.
Like, you could have 10 black comedians on a comedy show, and that could still be diverse if they range in thoughts, political opinion, where they're from, what their family dynamic was. Diversity is a lot of things that isn't just race, genitals, and gender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but they can't even see it.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
that's even the Perth comedy scene. So
Yeah.
I'm from the country, but I'd have way more things in common with like Fabes, who's an Indigenous bloke,
Yeah.
than like the city guys in suits that have
Yeah.
like
Yep.
gone to uni and all that shit. Like,
But some people go, white guy.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's so
Yeah.
it's so stupid.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, we go into a pub, I'm having a beer with him. Like, say we just don't know each other.
Yeah.
I'm having a beer with him before Colin Ebsworth. Like,
Sure.
just off.
How dare you?
But it's true, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Or
I
if
agree.
there was some 90-year-old comic who's from the same place as you, he's so different than you because he's 90 and his
that's-
life has been, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Like, if we're all hanging out, I'll definitely gravitate towards you, Delby, Wolfie. Have a beer, have a chat, have a yarn, because that's just the sort of people you are. It doesn't just because we're all straight white males, then we get branded as.
Well, they want to reduce it that way to leverage power.
Yeah.
It's so silly.
But of course, being a straight white male, I have a podcast. So
Well, and actually, I'm going to talk about this on my podcast
shortly.
shortly. But the idea that these comics like Steph Tolov or like any of these female comedians, they act like they hate the men comics like me when they're just doing a bad impression of us anyways. Have you seen all the female like feminist comics? They just act like dudes. They're just behaving like the toxic men they hate.
Yeah.
So they get on stage like, you're me. You hate me by trying to be me.
Yeah.
You're trying to be naughty. You're trying to be edgy. You're being like, oh, fuck. And you're doing a bad impression of a guy. And it's like, because they've witnessed that in stand-up comedy already work, and that formula is a thing.
Yeah.
And they pretend to loathe the men they behave like, and it's embarrassing in a lot of ways, like that they don't notice that. They should love us. They should be like, yeah, what's up, dude? Let's get a beer. But instead, they think just because my genitals are different than them, that their behavior is okay and mine isn't, and they're somehow heroic and I'm somehow old school, like should be canceled.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing.
Yeah, they put you in a box, in a category.
Yeah.
They just and treat you accordingly instead of maybe making an assessment on the person who's standing in front of you.
Absolutely.
It's like people get they listen to respond, or they sit there and they wait. They know what they're going to say. They don't listen to what you're saying. They're just ready to go.
Yeah.
Instead of actually, you got to listen to respond. Listen to what they're saying and judge every conversation on its merit.
Yeah.
Because that person that you normally hate or thinks a fucking asshole, you might go, well, this is a topic we agree on, or a moment in time where we're at a funeral together celebrating someone's life where we can actually put those differences aside or whatever.
Right.
You got to treat every moment as it is.
I love that. And also, what's fascinating about modern day lefties or liberals or whatever you got, I guess here liberals are considered like rich white guys.
Yeah, the party is conservative.
When I say
yeah.
liberal, I'm talking about these nut job lefties.
Yeah, so this is where Australians get confused because we have a Liberal Party and a Labor Party, and the Liberal Party would be considered conservative.
Right. That's why it's tricky. I've been noticing that in my act too.
Yeah.
So what's fascinating to me about modern day Democrats or lefties is that they could have so much empathy and defend like a homeless guy or some guy who just got released from prison the 20th time and stabs a girl in the neck on a subway.
Yeah.
They can have so much defense for that person or so much like empathy or so much like, have you considered what he's been through? Yeah. But they won't extend that exact same ideology to just someone on Joe Rogan or someone that's like a comedian that has the same job as them and has the same city as them, and those people are worse somehow than a guy they know nothing about who's a schizophrenic murderer who's beaten up a woman who's pregnant. Like they somehow they identify more with that than their fellow common man. Like, it's fascinating.
One thing I've struggled with, and I'm still struggling with from time to time, is that understanding that person is probably exactly as you just said, going through something themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I've had people when it's online.
Yeah.
I've brush it off now. Used to get stuck in a little bit, but now, easy now. Just whatever, all good. But when it's people close to you, it starts to hurt a little bit and tickle a little bit. And then now I've just framed it in my head of like, well, that person's going through whatever they're going through.
Yeah.
They think they're in the right. Who am I to tell them how to think? It's actually probably like I'm getting angry at them because they are telling me how I need to think.
Right.
And then what am I doing? They should think how I think instead of going, well, let them think how they want to think.
Yeah.
That's who they are.
When it's I don't struggle with it at all. Like, even with these people that hate me, like, if they were just tomorrow going, hey, sorry about that, I go, all right.
Yeah.
You know, like, even that Andrew Rudnick guy, I didn't take those tweets down, but he was like, hey, I'm really sorry. And I go, it's all good. And I even wrote, I wished you no harm back then. I wish you no harm now. I hope you're well. If I saw him tomorrow, we could hang out. Like, I'm pretty quick to, like, let go of any of the stuff because I do think we should all just be kind of getting along.
Yeah.
It's better for our lives to not hold on to any of this fucking poison. You know?
What an unreasonable way to think, mate.
Well, just in my mind, I go, I don't know. It's fascinating to me that that anyone would want to live like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I frame it. Like, what a sad way to live.
Yeah.
To be so angry and so obsessed with how other people think instead of going, well, look at my life.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my opportunities to, you know, maybe improve it in some ways or spend a bit more time with my daughter or fucking myself.
Let's
Watch
think
a
about
movie
this. So to anyone hearing this that goes, this is silly, what are they talking about? Listen, you know how you hate the rich? You know, you hate the billionaires, you hate these rich guys, fuck these straight white business and these CEOs. Go hang out with a few of them.
Yeah.
Your life gets better. They're pretty cool and pretty generous, and they have job opportunities. And they'll pay you to do gigs. And like I've these super wealthy dudes that I know and women, mostly dudes, but I know some hyper successful women as well. Shout out to Jeannie Buzz. Shout out to Katrina Barrett. They're so nice. And generous, and like they're feeling all the hatred they get all the time just for being super wealthy and super successful.
Yeah.
Like your thoughts on them probably are pretty ignorant and little jealous is what it is. Because when you start to hang out with them, you go, I don't find them to be terrible at all. I know we've filled our heads with that. Well, they're probably dead inside because they have all that. They must be. No, they're pretty happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got beautiful families and they don't even have a coke problem because they're doing it so well. It's just a coke hobby.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But I find that even the judgment of those people is wrong.
Yeah, I definitely had to rid myself of that idea because it's something like my parents instilled in me. You know, they're snobs. They're rich people. And like I was talking to Delby about this and he's like, "What? You know, one of our good friends, our sponsor, All Trades Cover, good little drop there. He's owns an insurance company. Fucking, I'm not going to say how much he's worth. He's worth a fucking lot.
Yeah, and he's probably a great guy.
The fucking best bloke going around.
Right.
Yeah, but he's one of the good ones.
A very good one. And thanks to the alltradescover.com.au.
We somehow believe this Disney-like bullshit where it's like that rich Cruella de Vil must kill dogs. And it's like, it's not how the world works.
No, I intend on making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Is that going to make me a bad person? Probably.
I sometimes think that the billionaires are the real victims of Epstein because he's just painted him in a bad light. If you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, hey, how about this? Go hang out with 10 millionaires this week. And then the next... I'm serious. Yeah. Go hang out with 10 millionaires next week. And then the week after that, hang out with 10 homeless guys. And tell me which ones were more thoughtful and which ones like how you had great conversations with. And which, I bet the second week's going to be a lot more fun. But it won't be rewarding. It's not going to be like this. It's not going to change your life for,
Yeah.
I just don't understand where we get this idea that everyone poor must be perfect and virtuous, and everyone rich must be terrible. Like I haven't witnessed that at all. I like poor people. I was homeless at one point in my life. I worked at a homeless shelter. I've known plenty of poor people. My parents are poor people, and they're great. But also, I've met all these rich people. They're also great. The world is full of great people.
Yeah, I do think like Hollywood set that context that people steal for food and stuff like that to survive, and then you grow up and you just like, oh no, they're literally all junkies. They're literally every time your house gets robbed, it's for drugs.
Right.
It's not so they can feed their daughter a muffin.
Right. And also, I don't think they're bad people necessarily, but I also don't think they're heroic or something I should defend.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like I don't see a homeless guy and go, fuck this guy. Ugh. But also I don't go, oh, what the salt of the earth, this heroin addict who's jacking off on the subway. Isn't he the best? Doesn't he need my help? It's like, no, he's not great or bad. It's just like the Elon Musk thing I said. Like, he's not better than me or worse than me. He's just this thing. Yeah.
Well, it makes me feel very positive about things. Like, and that's rare. Like sometimes you look at everything that's going on in the world and you're like, oh no, it's fucked. But again, we talked about it before. Social media, it's fake.
Yeah.
It's not, I think I read a stat the other day. It's like 42%, and it's growing, of people on the internet are bots, which means 42% of the internet's not real. And soon it's going to be over 50%. So going to be over half of the internet is not real.
If they keep doing that, it will ruin social media. And not when I say ruin it, I mean it will end it.
Yeah.
The bots will it will
replicate.
Because once people know that, or once people do that, then the engagement doesn't mean anything. And then that means the advertisers and these companies will go, well, it's not real if it's a bot. That's not a customer. That's not and so then it will just not become valuable. And then so it will either fix itself and social media will continue on, or it will end it.
Yeah, well, and then we'll turn to Elon and say, invent something new.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're probably ready for that. That's probably how the next social media thing takes off. Yeah. If you think about it, like from MySpace to stuff like that, because the biggest problem with all of them now is this real? Right. Like if you're trying to sell tickets to your show and all the things that are watching your fucking videos is bots or whatever.
You can only fake it so much. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're addicted to the numbers at the moment, but eventually when the numbers, 1 million views means fucking nothing, and another app starts where the numbers are the numbers, then that's probably how they
15 years ago, if you'd have said, how many followers do you have? That'd be the most embarrassing thing you could ask. You go, what? What is how many followers? Like, what a fucking loser. Are you talking about MySpace or like, are you talking about like Facebook?
Yeah.
How many people follow? Like, I remember being at a coffee shop and I saw a guy checking his Facebook and I thought he was the biggest loser I've ever. I was like, he's at a coffee shop checking this? Yeah. Like, that's your at-home thing to look at like exes or your buddies, family photos or whatever. And now that's the norm.
Yeah.
I'll have a meeting in Hollywood and they'll go, how many followers do you have? I'm going, this is wild.
Yeah.
So those things have changed over time. I mean, I could totally see like a social media purge where it just becomes cool to not have one.
Well, it's definitely going
cool
that way, I think. Like trends with the kids. With the youngins, they're definitely on that. Well, they go in the health one. They're not drinking as much. Yeah. They're trying to rid themselves of social media. It's all good things.
Yeah.
But I don't know
maybe
where
my
that goes.
life would be a lot healthier mentally if I wasn't on it. You know?
Definitely.
Because I am a lot happier when I'm not looking at my social media. Like I love my texts because those are my friends and emails and stuff. But as far as social media does, it kind of stresses me out a little bit. And so maybe if it wasn't a thing, I have a web guy. I could just let him do it. Yeah. I'm paying a web guy a lot of money. Shout out to Miles. I love you, buddy. But like, maybe, I mean, I already have the privilege of not needing to look at it. And I still find myself like all day looking at it. So I don't know, maybe I'll try it.
You do go camping for like 2 weeks where you can't use it. And even you're like sitting there and you're just like, I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah,
You're connecting
yeah.
to like, yeah.
Well,
I think if I had a girlfriend or a wife or something, I probably would never look at my social media.
yeah.
It's just like a lot of like, who's this chick? I wonder if I got a message from a girl coming to the show, and there's never a message. It's just
Yeah.
a bunch of mean kids.
I think there's been some interesting studies done on that, and it used to be the peak of your dopamine hit, or was during the actual moment. It was scoring the touchdown in the game, and then it was the looking at it after was the peak in your dopamine or whatever it was, and then the final, what it is now, it's the posting it and putting it out to people, which means people are actually not as present. As
You know what that'd be? It'd be the same as with dogs. So the reward on a dog, when they, like, say a sniffer dog finds something, it's the anticipation of reward is the highest point of dopamine.
That's the motivation. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a treat here.
That's why like some dogs will do false responses, because just that feeling of going, fucking, it could work.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder if that's an evolution of dogs, is that they've learned deception. Like he's going like, oh, if I just false alert, they give me a fucking cookie.
Oh, 100%.
That's
It's
hilarious.
one of the biggest issues.
fuck.
That's amazing.
You'd have to
I
change
saw
them
a
out.
guy at the airport. This is one of my favorite memories. It's hard to get me to laugh out loud. Like if I think something's really funny, I'm always like, that's so funny. And I really enjoy it. But to get me to like pop, like, is pretty tough. And I was at the airport. It's 4 o'clock, 4:30 a.m., some bullshit. We're all just tired. Everyone's like waiting in line. And a dog alerted on a guy. And the guy was trying to convince the police that the dog, he goes, he must smell my dog. Like he was going to wiggle out of it. Like,
Oh, you got a dog.
you have a pet too? Like the dog is stupid or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was so funny. And you could just tell he's a drug addict. Like the guy had, he looked like a drug addict. The dog could smell some drugs on him. And he's like, no, it's my dog. He smells my dog. Like, yeah, I bet that's it.
Mate, you got a pod to record after this, mate. So
this has been great. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate your time. Anything you want to plug before we finish up?
I have a podcast called Die Hard, and then if this is going to be up today, I'll be in my last show in Australia, Perth. Yeah, I don't know where it's at, but if you go to jeffdye.com, you can see where I'm touring. And
You're at Astor Theatre tonight.
Is that a good one?
Yeah, it's good, man. Yeah. And a good little green room there down underneath. Good
come
fun.
hang out if you guys are around. Come kick it.
Yeah. And Squirly, got anything to plug?
Fishing show during Fringe. If you're into fishing, go to that. If you're not into fishing, don't fucking go to that.
Yeah, you won't get it.
You won't get
We're
it.
talking about a bunch of shit. You go, I thought this guy was hilarious. That's how they did the fishing stuff.
Yeah, I've been doing them at open mics, and they did not go well. Like, is anyone a fisherman here? No.
And now you got to over-explain it. Yeah.
No, this is funny because of this.
Oh, you got to go.
I have a pro wrestling podcast where we just talk about pro wrestling, and it's me and Freddie Prinze Jr. He was like a really big actor, still is. And sometimes fans of his or mine will listen to it just because they like us, but they don't watch pro wrestling, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, because we're just like using words, like pop or over.
Yeah.
All these different things, heel, face, and then just go, I don't know what you're talking about.
Mate, I love it. And, well, actually, before we finish then, John Cena's last match.
Oh, yeah.
Thoughts?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? These wrestlers don't retire.
Yeah.
They never retire. They come back, especially John Cena will have a movie where he's going to come back in like 3 months to promote the movie, and he'll have like a thing. Also, even if they get so injured that they can't return, they become a general manager, or they become like a personality or a valet, or they become a manager. Like, they don't. I remember crying because Undertaker left his boots in the ring. We had this like wrestling party, and we were like, oh, we didn't cry, but we were like teary-eyed, like, man, to Undertaker, and we're cheers on our beers. The fucking guy came back like 3 weeks later and wrestled AJ Styles in some sort of weird. We're going, but we cried. So they never retire.
Yeah.
When John Cena dies, I'll be very sad. Because that means I won't see him again. But when John Cena says he's retiring and they do a whole year dedicated to it means nothing.
It's the dog false response.
Yeah.
Just, you got the trait. You didn't earn it.
And we're all taking the bait.
Yeah.
Oh, who's he gonna fight? It's his last Raw? Like, shut up. It won't be. You'll see him.
I'm going to plug. Me and Delby are coming to New Zealand,
Nice.
so we're going in February, and we're trying to organise something.
Can
yeah, mate, if you want.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
Yep, so
How
we're going-
far is New Zealand from here?
From here, it's like 7 hours, but we
Okay.
stop in Melbourne, and yeah. But then I'm also stopping in Melbourne for the Grand Prix. So I'm going to try and sort that. Going to go see Hayley Mary. Actually, I've got to plug that. Hayley Mary, Jezebels. She's got a tour coming on in February. She's going to be doing her songs and getting around it. And she'll be on the pod as well when she's here doing some live music in the studio. It'll be our first little Leica version. So some acoustic numbers. But yeah, get around Hayley Mary. She's a big fan of yours as well. So
nice.
I said I'd give her a plug on this episode because she's trying to promote the tour. But mate, that's it. Anyone in New Zealand, hit us up. We're going to be in Queenstown, and we'll try and get a show in or something like that. But anyway, cheers for coming on, mate.
Thanks for
Cheers,
having me.
awesome.
You
All right.
guys are awesome.
Hey, Root.
Yeah.